Your front yard is the first thing people see when they pull up to your house. And right now, it might be silently embarrassing you. But here's what nobody tells you. You don't need a landscaper, you don't need a big budget, and you don't need to wait until next summer. You just need the right plan. I'm about to show you 7 front yard transformations, starting at literally $0, that will make your home look like it belongs in a magazine. And transformation number 7? That one alone is worth watching this entire video. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, welcome. So glad you found this video. And this is the place where we turn average homes into standout homes without draining your bank account. Today's video is something I've been putting together for a long time. I wanted to create one complete guide, one video you could bookmark and come back to that covers every single budget. Whether you literally have nothing to spend this weekend or you're ready to go all in with a few $100s, I've got a transformation specifically for you. We're going through all 7 back-to-back. I'll show you exactly what to do, what to buy, and what the pros do that most homeowners never think about. So grab a coffee, get a notepad if you need one, and let's get into it. Transformation number 1, the free fix-up. Okay, so let me be completely honest with you. This was my front yard about 8 months ago. I was embarrassed every time I pulled into my driveway. And the crazy thing? I fixed 80% of what you're looking at without spending a single dollar. Here's what I actually did. First thing, I just cleaned. I pulled every weed by hand. Took me about an hour. Then I took an old flat shovel I already owned and re-edged the grass line along my walkway. Just cutting that clean line between the grass and the soil. I'm not exaggerating. It looked like a completely different yard. Then I moved some rocks I had piled up near my garage and used them to define a small flower bed border. Rearranged 2 pots I already had by the door. That's it. No money, just time and intention. The biggest lesson I learned from this? Most yards don't look bad because they're ugly. They look bad because they look unintentional. The moment things look organized and deliberate, your brain reads it as expensive. Remember that. Light bulb real tip from experience. Edging is the single highest impact, free thing you can do. I've done this at 3 different houses now, and every single time, neighbors literally stop to ask what I changed. Transformation number 2, mulch magic. Okay, this one genuinely shocked me the first time I did it. I had these sad little plants sitting in bare dirt along my front bed. They were actually healthy plants, good plants. They just looked terrible because the soil around them was dry, cracked, and patchy. I bought 6 bags of dark brown mulch from my local hardware store. Each bag was about $4, so my total was around $24. I laid it about 2 to 3 inches deep around all my plants and along the tree base in my yard. Here's the thing. I took a before photo and an after photo on the same afternoon. Same plants, same house, same everything. But in the after photo, it genuinely looked like someone had professionally landscaped my yard. My wife literally came outside and said, and I quote, "Did you hire someone?" I did not hire someone. I spent $24 in 2 hours. Beyond looks, mulch actually does something. It holds moisture so you water less, it regulates soil temperature, and it stops weeds from pushing through. This is legitimately one of the best returns on investment in all of home improvement. Light bulb real tip from experience. Go dark-colored mulch, dark brown or black. I made the mistake of buying the cheaper red-dyed mulch my first time. It faded to a weird orange within a few weeks and honestly looked worse than nothing. Dark mulch stays rich-looking way longer. Transformation number 3, the power wash glow-up. I want to tell you about the time I was 100% convinced I needed to repave my entire driveway. It looked dark, stained, almost black in some patches. I got quotes. They were not pretty numbers. Then my neighbor let me borrow his pressure washer for an afternoon. I am not being dramatic when I tell you. I pressure washed my driveway, walkway, and front porch steps, and it looked like a brand new surface. Years of dirt, algae, and grime just gone. The concrete came out looking almost white again. If you don't own a pressure washer, you can rent one from most hardware stores for around $40 to $50 for a full day. Or honestly, ask a neighbor. Most people who own one are happy to let you borrow it. I do this every spring now before I do anything else in the yard. Because here's the truth. You could have beautiful plants, fresh mulch, a painted door, but if your driveway and walkway look dirty and neglected, the whole yard still looks run down. Clean surfaces are the foundation of curb appeal. Light bulb real tip from experience. Use a fan tip nozzle and keep it at a 45-degree angle, about 12 inches from the surface. I learned the hard way. I used a pinpoint nozzle straight down on one section and actually etched lines into my concrete. Took a wide tip and an angle, and you'll be totally safe. Smart transformation number 4, pathway pizzazz. So before I did this project, there was literally just nothing between my driveway and my front door. People would walk across the grass, creating a worn, muddy path every time it rained. It looked terrible, and honestly, it was kind of a pain. I went to my local home improvement store and bought 12 pre-cut concrete stepping stones. They were about $4 each, so roughly $48. I also grabbed a small bag of sand for $5 and a pack of 10 solar stake lights for $18 off Amazon. Here's exactly how I did it. I laid out the stones first without digging anything, just to figure out the spacing and the path direction. And this is important. I made it slightly curved instead of perfectly straight. Straight paths look cheap and institutional. A gentle curve looks intentional and designed. Then I dug each stone down about 2 inches, poured a thin layer of sand underneath for leveling, set the stone, and checked it with a small level. The whole project took me about 4 hours on a Saturday morning. The solar lights along the sides? Those were the finishing touch that made it look 3 times more expensive than it was. At night, this pathway now looks genuinely beautiful. Total spent, right around $75. Light bulb real tip from experience. Take your time leveling each stone individually. I rushed 2 of mine and they rocked slightly underfoot. Had to pull them up and redo them. 10 extra minutes per stone save you a lot of frustration later. Transformation number 5, front door drama. Okay, this transformation is personal to me because it genuinely changed how I felt about coming home every day. My front door was this faded, peeling builder gray brown. It wasn't even a nice brown. It was like forgotten beige brown. It just absorbed into the house and disappeared. I spent 2 evenings on this project. First evening, I sanded the door lightly, wiped it down with a damp cloth, and applied the first coat of exterior paint. I chose a deep navy blue. I was nervous about it, honestly. It felt bold. Second evening, second coat. Let cure for 24 hours. The transformation was genuinely emotional. My whole house looked different. The navy made our white trim pop. It made the stone on the front of our house look better. It anchored the whole front of the home. Then I spent $35 on new brushed black house numbers and a matching door handle set. The old brass hardware had been there since the 90s. Swapping out took 20 minutes with a screwdriver. Finally, I bought 2 matching terracotta pots from a discount home store, $12 each, and planted some simple tall grasses in them. Placed one on each side of the door. Total cost, around $95. The compliments I still get on this door, genuinely priceless. Light bulb real tip from experience. Don't paint your door on a humid day or when it's cold. I tried to rush this once in cooler weather, and the paint stayed tacky for days and collected dust. Wait for a dry day, above 50 degrees Fahrenheit, and your results will be clean and smooth. Transformation number 6, the garden bed makeover. This is the project that made me realize I actually enjoy gardening, which I never thought I would say. I always thought garden beds were complicated and required expert knowledge. They don't. They just require a simple system. Here's the system I used, and it works every single time. Step 1, define the edges. I use black steel landscape edging. It comes in flexible rolls. You just push it into the ground along your bed border. It looks incredibly clean and modern, and it keeps grass from creeping in. I spent about $35 on enough to edge my entire front bed. Step 2, plant in 3 layers. Tall in the back, medium in the middle, low in the front. For my yard, I used ornamental grasses in the back. They're low maintenance and move beautifully in the breeze. Knock out roses in the middle because they basically take care of themselves. And creeping phlox along the front edge. It stays low, spreads naturally, and blooms with incredible purple flowers every spring. Step 3, color palette. I picked 3 colors only. green, purple, and white. Everything in my bed fits one of those three. When you limit your palette, it always looks like a designer made intentional choices. When you just grab whatever's on sale, and I've done that, it ends up looking random and chaotic. Step 4. Fresh mulch over everything. You already know about that from transformation number 2. Total I spent on this project was about $180. And these plants, because I chose perennials, they come back every single year. So that $180 was truly a one-time investment. Light bulb reel tip from experience. Water your plants deeply, but less frequently. This trains the roots to grow deep into the soil, which makes them drought resistant. I used to water a little every day, and my plants were always weak. Deep watering twice a week changed everything. Transformation number 7. The full weekend glow up. All right, this is the one I promised you at the beginning. And if you've been saving up and you're ready to go all in on your front yard in one big weekend, this is your roadmap. This is exactly what I did last fall, and the results still make me stop and look every time I pull into my driveway. I combined everything from the previous transformations: fresh mulch, defined garden beds, a painted door, the pathway, and then added 3 more things that took it to a completely different level. Number 1, I overseeded my entire lawn. My grass was patchy and thin in spots. I rented a lawn aerator for $60 for the day, aerated the whole yard, then spread grass seed and a thin layer of topsoil over everything. Within 3 weeks, I had the thickest, most even lawn I've ever had. This is what lawn care companies charge hundreds for, and it's genuinely a DIY project anyone can do. Number 2, I added window boxes under my 2 front windows. I built simple ones from cedar fence boards. Total lumber cost about $40. Painted them to match the trim. Filled them with trailing petunias and sweet potato vine. They added this incredibly charming cottage look to the front of my house that people comment on constantly. Number 3, string lights. I ran outdoor rated Edison bulbs along my porch ceiling using simple cup hooks. $25 for the lights, 30 minutes to hang them. At night, my front porch went from being completely ignored to being the coziest, most inviting spot on the block. Here's what I want you to understand about this transformation. It didn't happen in one day, and I didn't do it perfectly. The lawn took 3 weeks to fill in. The window boxes took 2 attempts to get the planting right. The lights I rehung once because my spacing was uneven. But every single step moved things forward. And 6 weeks after I started, my front yard was completely unrecognizable. Total cost for the full weekend glow up. I spent $420 for a transformation that added real, actual value to my home. My neighbor who is a realtor told me that curb appeal like this typically adds 5 to 10% to perceived home value. On most homes, that's thousands of dollars of value for a few $100s of work. Light bulb reel tip from experience. Do hardscape first, fencing, edging, pathway, porch work, then add plants last. I made the mistake of planting first on one project and then trampled half of it doing the hardscape work after. Plants go in at the very end. And that right there is all 7 transformations. From spending literally nothing on a Saturday afternoon, all the way up to a full weekend glow up that changes everything about how your home looks and feels. But here's what I really want you to take away from this video. And this is something I genuinely wish someone had told me earlier. Your front yard doesn't have to be perfect to be beautiful. Every single project I showed you today, I made mistakes along the way. I bought the wrong mulch color. I rushed stepping stones and had to redo them. I painted my door on a cold day and regretted it. None of that stopped the end result from being something I'm really proud of. You just have to start. Pick one thing from this video, just one, and do it this weekend. That momentum is everything. Now I want to hear from you in the comments. Which transformation are you trying first? Are you starting with a free cleanup, going straight for the front door? Or are you the brave one jumping into the full weekend glow up? Tell me below. I read every single comment, and I genuinely want to know. If this video gave you even one useful idea, please hit the like button. It takes 1 second, and it truly helps this video reach more people who need it. And if you want to follow along as I tackle more projects around my home, landscaping, interior, budget renovations, hit subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss an upload. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. It honestly means a lot. Now go outside, look at your front yard with fresh eyes, and go make something happen. I'll see you in the next one.